Hey, what's up? It's Tati, and I'm back with another review of AEW Dynamite. We had an amazing episode tonight. Really enjoyed a lot of these matches, which were A+ matches that we had tonight. This is one of those nights where my dog is absolutely annoyed and wants to be nowhere near me because I'm yelling at the TV all night. Really great episode. Thank you, Tony. This was great. But let's get into this review. So we start off with Takeshita versus MJF. I was a little bit surprised with this, but to be completely honest, this match had really great energy. At first, to me, I just felt like this was a little bit of a different pace than what we are used to with Takeshita. But I think what was really important to look at with this match is the psychology that MJF brings with his character, and I think that really stood out throughout this match. He is an absolute amazing heel, probably I would say the best heel in the business right now. And everything he does, like, you want to hate him, but he's so good at what he does. It's like, yes, you're doing it right, and so many people need to be looking at what MJF is doing and trying to figure out how to implement what pro wrestling really is. This guy really is almost a whole package. So in the ring, I think he's really great, but he really put in a lot of work in this match. This was probably my favorite match of the night. A little bit of a different pace for Takeshita, but I really did enjoy this. One of my favorite parts in this match was well, two things. Takeshita did pay homage to Eddie Guerrero in this match. They were in El Paso, Texas, and let me tell y'all, that crowd was really feeling the show. And one of the biggest things about wrestling matches is the crowd participation. Like, if the crowd is dead, I think that kind of take away from the whole feel of the show, and this crowd was really loving the show. So after that, there was also a spot where Takeshita hits MJF with a lariat from the top rope, and MJF actually ends up landing on his feet. And everyone is like surprised. Even Takeshita have this surprised look on his face. It was super cool to see. I think everyone is a little bit more focused on the storyline of how how MJF is a monster heel, but kind of forgets how well he does in the ring, especially since we have not seen him in the ring in what, over 2 months now. So he's coming in really fresh. Takeshita is basically on every week, and this was really great. If you want to look back at this episode, I definitely recommend not skipping this at all. We do have Takeshita, who seems to have injured his bicep, who was holding on to his arm pretty much all of the match. MJF ends up winning, and to be honest, I really feel like they should have let Takeshita win this one. Obviously, he does not get the title for winning, but he get a title shot for the following week to go against MJF. And I'm not sure why they didn't go that route, but if it was me booking it, I would have did that, had Takeshita win this match. Now, after the match was over, MJF, obviously being a monster heel that he is, was not done with him. He ended up taking his diamond ring from the referee, who had put it in his pocket in the beginning of the match, and he ends up busting Takeshita's head with it. And then we had Bryan Danielson come out and help Takeshita, just like how Takeshita has helped him. And this storyline is getting better and better. And something that I really appreciated was how we kept seeing MJF throughout the night. This is really great. You know, in the past, we've seen back with WWE, they used to feature the champion several times a night, where you'll see different segments and he'll be in the ring or whatever, and it kind of reminds me of moments like that. And it's like, when you have a champion, they should be the face of the company. You should be seeing them several times a night, and I really love how they're going with this storyline. Up next, we had the Bunny versus Jamie Hayter. Now, this was also an eliminator match, so if Bunny would have won, she'll just win a title shot to go against Jamie Hayter. Now, I'll be honest with you, something was really lacking with this match for two reasons. the commercial. So, you know, normally you would see picture in picture where you'll get to see what's still going on while the commercial is playing. However, unfortunately with this match, it was a commercial break, so there was no picture in picture. So you got to miss a big portion of this match. And when the match come back from commercial, I'm not sure what move Jamie Hayter was going for, and ends up headbutting Bunny right in the head, and she looked out of it, and the ref was trying to assist her to see she's okay. And then right from there, Jamie hits a Haterade and it's over. It looks more like something, more like a injury reason why they ended up the match much early. So it just felt really, really off. I don't really have anything good, but don't want to say anything bad about it because of how it happened. And unfortunately, with the commercial break, I do feel like that takes away a lot of the match. So after that match, we did have Toni Storm and what's her name, Saraya and Renee doing an interview. And they bring in Leva Bates. She's the one with the librarian gimmick. I haven't seen her in so long in AEW. But they end up attacking her, and they sprayed the letter L on her stomach and on her back. I'm over it. I don't even have to go into any more details about this thing. Up next, we have the Garcia Guevara gauntlet match against Ricky Starks. Now, we start off with Angelo Parker. That lasts for about 2 minutes, and Ricky pins Angelo, and next, Daddy Magic comes in. Daddy Magic's only in the match for like 30 seconds, if that, and he pins Daddy Magic, and now the match really starts when Daniel Garcia gets in. So they have what I would say, they're very competitive with each other, and they work really well in the ring. There was even at times where we had the audience cheering for Garcia, like chanting for him, and I was like, whoa, that's pretty interesting, because it just seemed like you know, a whole bunch of heels versus one baby face. But I do think Garcia is really great in the ring, and the crowd definitely does recognize that. So, you know, they do pretty well in the ring. Nothing special in my eyes. However, there was an interesting part. So if Ricky wins against everyone in JAS, then he gets to go against Chris Jericho later on in the night, and I figured that's not happening. This card was absolutely stacked. I didn't feel like they even had time to have that you know, part of the card. However, you know, people wanted Ricky to win, so there was a portion of the match where they're outside of the ropes, and Ricky ends up hitting a spear to Garcia, and now Ricky is out close to the barricade, and he stands up in a fan, I believe like an elbow to the face, a fan with a mask on, with a Scissor Me Daddy ass shirt and everything, and everybody's all stunned or whatever. And I pretty much knew this is somebody who's helping them. Obviously, it couldn't have been Jake Hager because this person wasn't really tall, so I figured it had to be Chris Jericho. And lo and behold, it actually was Chris Jericho. Right after that, we do have Daniel Garcia going for the pin, and he wins. So now Ricky Starks cannot go against Chris Jericho. I didn't really mind this, but the match itself wasn't as interesting as it could have been. But I would like to see Daniel and Ricky one-on-one in the near future. Up next, we have Rush versus Bryan Danielson. Now, before this match starts, we do have Bryan backstage with Takeshita and the doctors. They're taking a look at Takeshita's arm. So they're in a room, and the door is open. Now, someone comes. You don't see exactly who it is, but they end up closing and locking the door. So now Bryan cannot get out the room, and then seconds later you hear Rush music playing. So now we know that Rush is coming out to the ring, and Bryan cannot get out of that room. So obviously it had to be either Jose or Preston that ended up locking that door, but Rush is there, and then he's in the ring, and then here we go, MJF comes out, and he's telling Aubrey to count to first ring the bell and then count to 10. If she counts to 10, then obviously Bryan forfeits this match and he loses. So now he can't face MJF. Now, I didn't know this, but this is actually the last match that Bryan Danielson has to win in order to go against MJF. Honestly, I thought I was going to continue this until about like a week before the pay-per-view. That's what it seemed like they were going with this, but this will be the last match. So now Aubrey's counting and MJF is being really rude to her. He's yelling at her, and he called her something, I can't remember. So then Aubrey starts counting even slower. So now the audience is all worked up because they're thinking that maybe Bryan's not going to be able to make it for this match, but he does end up breaking that door down. And then we see Jose and Preston outside of the room. And Takeshita helped hold them back while Bryan got a chance to slip away and make it to the ring before Aubrey can even count to 10. All this happened, and I think she only counted up to 5. So MJF was really pissing her off. And you guys, this match right here was absolutely amazing. One thing I have to say is Rush is amazing in the ring, and this is probably his best match that he's had in AEW. And Bryan, he does such a great job at having people believe that even though he's the best, there might not be an opportunity for him to win because it seems like the odds are against him, but he still put on an amazing match week after week. And with this being the last one, like, he really put his all into it. This was so intense. It was a really bloody match, and these guys really gave it their all, and it really showed. Technically speaking, this is probably the best match of the night. But the storyline still continues. Bryan wins this match, and man, I absolutely love this. This was a really great night overall. We did have a couple of hiccups here and there, but this match, I recommend go back for it. Definitely Rush's best match since he's been in AEW, and Bryan really shows why he's the best in the world. Absolutely. So I did forget to mention that after this match, we did have MJF attacking Bryan Danielson. We did have some security guards coming to break it up, which did not help at all. And this storyline is really heating up going towards the pay-per-view. So there's less than a month before the Revolution pay-per-view, and they're really going strong, at least with the main event going into the pay-per-view. So now we have the trios title on the line, with the Bucks and Kenny Omega versus AR Fox and Top Flight. Now, I knew this would be a really great match. However, I'll just say this: the Bucks and Kenny, they have their thing that they do, and you just always expect them to do what they do, right? But I think this match really made AR Fox shine a lot. We haven't seen that much of him compared to everyone else in the ring, and AR Fox is a fucking beast. So if you've never seen him anywhere else outside of AEW, this is a match I think that would really put him up, you know, against the big dogs. You know, you got someone who's amazing like Kenny Omega in the ring, and someone like AR Fox is going against them effortlessly. It was absolutely beautiful. Not the best match of the night. If I were to be, you know, booking this, I would have definitely put this before Rush versus Bryan Danielson, because I guess the momentum of the show kind of died down a bit for me, and probably other people might agree, but this match was really great. At times I was like, they might even win this. Like, I was really nervous for the Elite. I do think it's a little bit too early for them to drop the titles, but Top Flight and AR Fox made it really believable that it could have changed hands tonight, and it was a really great match. I did enjoy this a lot. However, we did have the Elite retaining these titles, and I would love to see much more of AR Fox going from here. Top Flight is absolutely amazing in the ring as well, so hopefully they'll be going for the tag team gold soon. AR Fox, he's definitely got a little bit of ways to go before he'll probably have opportunity at some other gold, like, you know, as a solo competitor, but I think this match really put him on the map. So on to the main event for the World Tag Team Championships. The Acclaimed versus the Guns. We've had this storyline being played out for a while now. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I really did not remember about this match. The night was going so smoothly that I honestly thought we were ending with the trios match. I don't even know why, but I forgot about this. So, you know, once I saw there was like 15 minutes or so left, then I was like, oh shit, there is another match. I don't think that's really a good thing, especially for someone like me, how I watch this show. Me forgetting that, you know, these tag titles were on the line, you know, probably poor booking or whatnot. But let's go into the fuckery of this match. So, first thing first, Daddy Ass said he was not going to be out there. He was going to let both teams hash it out without him being involved. And guess what? That doesn't really happen. So this match wasn't really great to me. Matter of fact, it was sloppy. And you know what? I know they have a storyline to tell here. I just feel like it just didn't convey the way they wanted it to on screen. So, you know, I think they started off decent, but once they had to put in, you know, the Guns with the cheating and Daddy Ass coming out and trying to take the Acclaimed side during this match, once they started putting all this drama into it is where I think things got sloppy. So we had a part where Daddy Ass come to the ring. You already know, ref is knocked the fuck out. It takes a bump out of the ring, and he's not involved in the match for quite some time. So there's a lot of cheating going on with the Guns. Daddy Ass come out and he's trying to help the Acclaimed. However, we do have one of the brothers. Now, I'm not going to act like I remember which brother is Austin and which one is Colton. Sometimes I just cannot remember. But one of them grabs one of the tag titles, and they're going to hit Anthony Bowens with it. And he moves Anthony out of the way. Daddy Ass moves Anthony out the way, and whichever one of the brothers was going to hit him with the title, once he realized that he was going to hit his dad, he decided to just stop in his tracks so he doesn't end up hitting his dad. So then Billy turns around, and the other brother actually ends up hitting him with the other tag title. So now Daddy Ass is out, and he laid out outside of the ring. Okay, so I figured like maybe the drama was going to be over once we finally got the referee to come back alive. So now the referee is in the ring, and we had Anthony Bowens go for a roll-up, right? And the referee finally comes alive, counts 1, 2, and then whichever one of the brothers that he was rolling up ends up pushing him towards the ropes. Okay, now this is where things get ridiculous to me. He pushes Anthony towards the rope, and from my point of view, Anthony practically walked towards the ropes, where the other brother was standing there with the tag titles in his hand, and Anthony basically walks into it. Not even like throw himself into it to make it look believable. He basically walked into that shit, okay? And then he just acts like he's hurt so bad by just walking into the title, and then the other brother goes for a pin, 1, 2, 3, and wins. That was the weirdest shit that I've seen in a very long time. Like, I just felt like there was like no effort with that ending at all. And when I tell you, people in the audience, they seem so surprised. Like, people are with their hands on their heads, people are covering their face, everybody looks shocked. The cameraman made it a point to to make sure he films everyone who has an Acclaimed shirt on so they can get some really, really surprising reaction. And to me, I felt like the way it was done was absolutely sloppy. I did not like this at all. I don't mind the titles changing hands or whatnot. I just feel like the way it happened, oh my god, like what the fuck. It just seemed like, I don't know. I don't even know who to blame for this, but I did not like this at all. I think that they need to do something with this storyline, fix it up a bit, something. It's just, the whole thing of the Acclaim and Daddy Ass being over, that's cool, but I think once the Guns got involved, and no hate towards them or anything, I just feel like something about it just doesn't feel as cool as it was before. I know we were going towards this since the beginning, since Daddy Ass left the Guns for the Acclaimed, but damn, I feel like maybe they could have waited for the pay-per-view and come up with something better for a finish, because this right here ain't it. It was sloppy. I'm really disappointed after a really, really great night, how sloppy that match was. So I did not like it. Tony, fix it. Whatever it is, fucking fix it going on from here. Guys, thank you so much for watching my review. I will be back on Friday with Rampage review. Bye.